And it's tough and it's hard, but you have to stick to it. Which leads me to my next point. You can't do it alone. And this is what you need to understand. If we're going to stay in fighting shape, we also have to secure accountability. We have to secure accountability. Someone who can hold us to our double bubble method and be like, dude, I saw you was at old girl house last night. What was up with that? Were y'all kissing? Did y'all? Someone who can get all up in your business. Now, how many of y'all like having people in your business? Raise your hand. You said, man, I love people being all up in my business. They can know all my everything. I don't care. Not too many of us like people in our business, right? But why? First of all, people are nosy and messy. So that's understandable, right? You don't want people all up in your business because they're going to tell your business to everybody else. So you just say, I don't know about all that. Step back, bro. I said step back. I'm going to say it again. I'm saying it one more time. I'm going to pop you right in the mouth. Step back. Get out my business, right? That's kind of how we behave. We may not say it like that, but we don't want nobody all up in our business, right? But why? And I got a sneaky suspicion from my past experience and from what I know about the few people that I know in my life, man, is that a lot of times we don't want people in our business because we got something we don't want them to know about. Right? We don't want them knowing about it, first of all, because it's embarrassing. Second of all, they may tell somebody about it. And then what's probably the worst in our mind is they may even challenge us to change and to get better and to let go of whatever this mess is. Right? And we need to look at that scripture today because we see that David, he didn't have this. He didn't have anybody. Matter of fact, he didn't give anybody permission to speak into his life. He didn't secure accountability. What is accountability? Accountability is simply giving someone permission to challenge you to become better. Accountability is giving someone permission to challenge you to become better. Giving somebody permission to say, yo, bruh, stop that. Let's get out of this mess together. A person that's maybe a couple of steps ahead of you spiritually who can look at your life and say, man, you're in that mess. Let me help pull you out of it. But you have to give them permission. Ain't nobody going to be all up in your business trying to help you if you ain't going to let them. Right? It's a couple of people that'll try. But if you are not allowing them in, then it's not going to do you any good. And so we see that David in the scripture, man, in verse 3. This is how I know he didn't have it. It doesn't say it in the scripture, but you can see right here. It says in verse 3, he sent someone to find out who she was, talking about Bathsheba. And it says, she is Bathsheba, daughter of Eliam and wife of Uriah the Hittite. Red flag, warning, warning, warning. He had nobody in his life to tell him that. He had a whole bunch of yes men and yes women around him who just did whatever he wanted them to do. He gave none of them permission to speak truth into his life and say, David, that's a dumb idea, bruh. That is a stupid idea. She is married. First of all, you're supposed to be out in the battlefield anyway. You ain't supposed to be here. So if he had somebody who he secured some accountability with, he would have someone who could speak truth in his life, tell him, David, you need to get your butt out there on that battlefield and you need to fight because you're the king. We need your leadership. You can't sit back in the cut at the house taking naps in the middle of the day. No, bruh, that ain't gonna work. You can't stay in shape. You can't stay fighting the devil. You can't stay fighting against the spiritual battles that you have every single day, taking naps in the middle of the day, David. Come on, get it together. And so many of us need that in our lives. Man, I got people who tell me stuff I don't want to hear, but I gave them permission. When I was strong, when I was saying, man, I'm gonna live my life and I'm gonna live for God, I gave people permission to tell me when I'm tripping. And sometimes I hate it. Sometimes I feel like a little kid when they tell me stuff. Like, man, I can't do nothing. So, but I gave them permission. I gave them permission to speak truth. And those people, they don't bag back. They don't say, well, James, you can do it. No, okay, you can do it. It's okay. No, don't get mad at me. No. They say what they got to say, and they look at me like, you going to do it? We have to have those kind of people in our lives. And how do we get that? We get that by seeking wise counsel. or seeking wise people. We need people who are maybe a couple of steps ahead of us, who can look back, who have come out of the mess that we have come out of, who saved themselves for marriage, or became celibate, or whatever it is, and they lived a life to honor God. We need those kind of people who are wise, who can look back and say, bro, let me help you up and get you out of this mess that you're in. Not because they're better than you or anything like that, but you're simply giving someone permission to speak truth into your lives and challenge you to become better. We all need that. If we're going to stay in fighting shape, we need somebody that holds us accountable. Just think about it. If you're trying to do better in school, if you're trying to do better with eating right, if you're trying to do better with working out more, you can do pretty good by yourself for a little bit. But you need somebody in your life who can be like, man, you work out this week? No, man, I only worked out like twice. And I said I was going to try to work out about, 4 times this week. I need to do better. Yeah. Somebody who's not afraid to challenge you. But you have to give them permission. That's where the strength comes. When you secure that accountability, you seek that wise counsel, those wise people, and you give them that permission to challenge you to become better. We need all of that. So, like I said, the first step to staying in fighting shape is to set yourself up to win. And you set yourself up to win by setting clear boundaries, the double bubble method. Then the second way you stay in fighting shape spiritually is to secure accountability. And you secure that accountability by seeking wise counsel or seeking wise people that you are allowing permission, that you're giving permission to speak truth and to challenge you to become better. And the last way we stay in fighting shape is when we stop ignoring.